Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Ringside Wrestling Entertainment. This is Joel Perez here of the Ringside Wrestling YouTube channel, here for another week of your Monday Night Raw reviews. And here tonight, another show, and nothing of interest to say after here tonight, bro. It was just one of those shows where you're trying to keep in consciousness as this show is going on. You're trying to do something to keep yourself awake, right? That's the show this was, bro. It was a snooze. It was a sleeper show for Monday Night Raw here tonight. Nothing overly good, nothing overly bad, mediocre. And is that acceptable? No, it is not. It is not acceptable. You should be doing something grander with your talent on Monday Night Raw, especially, and we say this like all the time, with the array of talent that you have on that roster, very diverse roster. You're telling me you can't put on a better show than this? Going into TLC, we don't know what Braun Strowman is doing. We don't know what Asuka is going to be doing, what match she's going to be in. They say that she's going to be at TLC, so they say she's debuting at TLC, but we don't have an opponent. She's not on television. And your Universal Championship is not on Monday Night Raw. So immediately, three key storylines aren't there. And two of those three storylines, I feel there's an easy solution to. You can very easily start your build with Asuka. You can very easily start your build with whatever Braun Strowman's going to do, which doesn't seem to be existent right now. What we did get on this show, however, was the confirmation of who the Shield is going to face at TLC, and thankfully, it is not going to be The Miz Taraj. It is going to be The Miz and Sheamus and Cesaro, and that's still not great. It makes no sense, and we will go on this discussion a little bit later on in the review, but it does not make sense that Sheamus and Cesaro here today on this edition of Monday Night Raw just randomly decided to attack Roman Reigns. Why? Why? Because he's in the slightest bit associated with Dean Ambrose and Seth Rollins. What did Roman Reigns do to piss you off? There was really no motivation under that attack besides, oh, we're doing a Shield reunion at TLC, and Alex, if I can even say here, Daxel and Alice, or Dallas and Axel, damn, Daxel, bro, Daxel, of course, but Dallas and Axel, they suck, and we need somebody who is, or a team or a unit that is going to pose a viable threat against the Shield, and you guys are going to certainly do a better job than Dallas and Axel. You certainly are, so that's WWE's mentality, but then again, you're not putting any logic behind the booking. You're getting lazy. And this is just a small reason why people are slowly but surely every week tuning in to another programming, whether it is Monday Night Football, now that is back on the air. That is why Monday Night Raw's ratings continue to go down. You're not booking storyline correctly, and people are saying it's the absence of Brock Lesnar. You got Road Dogg on Twitter. September is usually a bad month for the WWE. Well, it's October. It's going to be interesting to hear tomorrow morning what the attendance was for Monday Night Raw, to hear on Wednesday morning what the attendance was for Smackdown Live, to hear what the ratings and what the ratings were for Monday Night Raw and Smackdown Live. It's going to be interesting to hear that, because September is usually a bad month, according to Road Dogg. Let's see if October is a bad month too. What you gotta do to get people to tune in is put on cohesive storyline that doesn't make people feel like idiots. You think just because it's assumed that the Shield is going to be reuniting at TLC and Sheamus and Cesaro have something to do with Seth Rollins and Dean Ambrose, that they can just randomly, because they feel like, attack Roman Reigns. Where is the justification to that? And again, we will discuss this in more detail. It just doesn't make sense. It is lazy. It is illogical. And WWE seems to do that a lot with their storylines. And that is a problem. That is a problem. But we will discuss that in more detail later on in this review. This was Monday Night Raw for the date of October 2nd, 2017. Halloween month, right? WWE 2K18 month, right? And speaking of WWE 2K18, that leads me right into my plugs. Make sure to go check out all the other content on the Ringside Wrestling YouTube channel, because there is so much other content to go check out. Over 250 videos available for your viewing pleasure right here on the Ringside Wrestling YouTube channel. Raw reviews, Smackdown reviews, Behind the Mic, where we talk about all the biggest news in the WWE for the week, was uploaded on Sunday. Let all the news pile up to give you one big episode. That was episode number 39. We were talking big stuff, including the Shield. We reported that the Shield was not going to go against the Miz Taraj, and lo and behold, they are not going against the Miz Taraj. The Miz is in it, but with Sheamus and Cesaro. At least that's the way it's looking as of right now, and it's probably going to be that going into No Mercy, no doubt about it. But, I mean, it was what it was here tonight. But Behind the Mic, we're talking about that. We're talking about Brock Lesnar and his next challenger being Finn Balor. We're talking about Stephanie McMahon being brought back to Monday Night Raw to help ratings. Me wondering how that is going to help ratings in the slightest. If anything, that's going to bring them down, because she's a nuisance to Raw. But we talk about that on Behind the Mic. A lot of stuff that we're talking about there, so make sure to go check that out. Pay-per-view reviews, No Mercy went off the air a week from Sunday ago, so you can make sure to go check that out. We were ranting and raving about that pay-per-view because it was not a good one. It was No Mercy 2017, so make sure to go check that out. We do NXT TakeOver reviews. We do Mae Young Classic coverage. Mae Young Classic, it was going on the WWE Network. We covered all the episodes 1 through 8. Reviews are in twos. Reviews to episodes 1 and 2, 3 and 4, 5 and 6, 7 and 8 can be found on the Ringside Wrestling YouTube channel, as well as a review to the finale. So make sure to go check that out. And I did mention WWE 2K18. WWE 2K18 will be available October 13th, I believe. So I did pre-order that, deluxe edition. So we are going to be covering that on the Ringside Wrestling YouTube channel. Universe mode, my career mode, match simulations, and as you see right now, Monday Night Raw and SmackDown reviews, we use WWE 2K gameplay. So we're going to be getting a little upgrade in that department, as big as an upgrade as WWE 2K18 is going to be. Because, I mean, you've seen the Universe mode for WWE 2K18, and they didn't change shit. That pissed me off. We're still going to try to work around it and make it as best and as cinematic as possible, but I mean, it's still the same 3 rivalry garbage. Why can't you give me more than 3 rivalries, huh? Why can't I put, if I want 4 rivalries on my brand, 5 rivalries on my brand? Gotta be kidding me. That is garbage. That should have been changed. That was a drawback. My God. But I mean, there are some downfalls to that game. There are some things that were not updated appropriately. Some entrances, I saw people complaining about Alexa Bliss's entrance and how they didn't update that one. She does have a new entrance with the Raw Women's title, where she holds the title around her head. So 2K didn't do a perfect job, but clearly I'm going to do a perfect job. Don't mean to toot my own horn here, but we're going to do a great job right here on covering that game and making it as cinematic as I can for you guys, doing a little bit of editing, more intense editing work than we do right here on the Ringside Wrestling Raw, SmackDown pay-per-view reviews, all that good stuff. Ringside Wrestling Twitter, you can go check out. We were live tweeting with Raw here tonight when there was something of avail to speak of on Twitter. So make sure to go follow the Ringside Wrestling Twitter. You will get notifications when I do upload. I usually sometimes, when I'm up to it and not busy while these reviews are rendering, I will do the thumbnail, post it to Twitter beforehand, and give you a little update on what the Raw review is going to be about. So you can make sure to go follow the Twitter account of the same name, Ringside Wrestling, And, of course, make sure to subscribe to the Ringside Wrestling YouTube channel for all that fantastic content and all the content coming, WWE 2K18, as noted. So make sure to subscribe, click on that notification bell so you do get the notification every time I upload to your mobile device. Make sure to click on that like button. If you enjoy what you're hearing here, make sure to comment what you thought of Monday Night Raw here tonight, because for now, we are going to go into the official segment by segment analysis, if you want to get fancy about it. Alright, we were in Denver, Colorado here tonight for Monday Night Raw. Good crowd. Good crowd. They love Roman Reigns in Denver. Holy shit, bro. Roman Reigns was getting a pop from Denver. Miz was being booed when Roman Reigns was in the ring. I was like, holy shit, we got a couple casuals in the crowd here tonight. But that is besides the point. No need to shit on Roman Reigns fans. They love the WWE too, right? Right? Not really. But that's besides the point. It is October 2nd, 2017 from Denver, Colorado. Do not ask me the arena. Do not ask me the arena because I have no idea. I think it was the Pepsi Arena or some shit like that. I don't know, but we got Braun Strowman versus Seth Rollins to start off the show. I was super glad that WWE started off the show with the match. They should do that every week. Every week the show should start off with the match. The crowd is hot at the beginning of the show, and there's no better way to maintain a hot crowd than to give them a match instead of these over-drawn out promos. Superstar A comes out. Superstar B comes out. Superstar C comes out. Superstar D comes out. Tag team match in the main event later tonight. There you go. Monday Night Raw. And then from there, you know that the rest of the show is going to be garbage. But that was not the case here tonight. We started off with Braun Strowman versus Seth Rollins. Clearly, Braun Strowman was going to win here. Clearly, he was going to win here. And he did beat Rollins here. Rollins did have a nice showing in this matchup, getting a tope suicida, two tope suicidas on Braun Strowman, and a blockbuster for a 1 count. But Strowman clearly was able to retaliate, and he hit the running power slam, and that was enough to beat Rollins. After the match, Strowman hit another power slam on Seth Rollins, and was looking to go back for even more punishment, but out comes Dean Ambrose. Dean Ambrose runs on to Braun Strowman. He fucking falls over. He ricochets off of Braun Strowman, trying to fucking attack the guy. So, clearly this was not going to go well for Dean Ambrose. Got a little bit of offense, a drop kick, basement drop kick on Braun Strowman. But in the end, another power slam was able to secure the beatdown for Braun Strowman. And as Braun Strowman was done eating his dinner, out comes Sheamus and Cesaro. They came out for leftovers, hitting Ambrose with the neutralizer and Rollins with a bro kick. So, Dean Ambrose and Seth Rollins not having a good night. Nobody has a good night when they decide to mess with Braun Strowman, as evident here in this beatdown that Braun Strowman gave Seth Rollins and Dean Ambrose. Seth Rollins and Dean Ambrose, they do go on to be a part of the rest of the show, and we will discuss that later on. But right now, I want to discuss Braun Strowman, because right now, he seems to be directionless. He really does seem to be directionless. How can you get directionless with Braun Strowman? I don't know. Who the hell is this guy going to feud against going into TLC? I have no idea. I am drawing a blank. I mean, unless Samoa Joe is ready to come back from injury, which I don't think so, at least not yet. And why would you build that towards TLC? Why would you build that in 3 weeks towards TLC? That's clearly a matchup of, if you ask me at least, bigger magnitude. Braun Strowman versus Samoa Joe. So, I don't know. What is Braun Strowman going to do? Right now, he seems to be a pawn in this storyline with Dean Ambrose and Seth Rollins, and he's just coming out on Raw and unleashing his wrath on whatever the hell it is that he wants to unleash his wrath upon. So, like right now, Braun Strowman, for the first time in a while, is directionless on Monday Night Raw. And I don't find that to be a good thing. They need to find something for Braun Strowman to do quickly, and this was my issue with Braun Strowman not winning, or this was one of my issues with Braun Strowman not winning the Universal Championship at No Mercy, because you had to ask yourself the question, and this is the thing with WWE. They book these results, and then they don't fucking put thought in it after. They do not put any thought in it after. It's, we want this to happen, screw the next couple weeks. Screw the next couple months. And it's biting them in the ass right now, because what are they going to do with Braun Strowman? You got the Shield reunion going on. You'd think maybe he'd go back into a program with Roman Reigns again, which at that point, even that would be drawn out. Roman Reigns is caught up in the Shield storyline. You'd think he'd go into something with Bray Wyatt maybe, in a little bit of a Wyatt family thing, right? And Bray Wyatt is, yet again, feuding with Finn Balor. Why? Do not ask me. Samoa Joe is on the injured list. And, I mean, he was due back in a month, month and a half, 2 months. So perhaps he's ready to go. I don't know how long he's been out exactly. I know last time he wrestled was August 26th, so it's been a month. It's been a month, so maybe he is ready to come back and to insert himself in a program with Braun Strowman. But right now, that does not seem to be the case. And right now, as of now, Braun Strowman is directionless. And as of now, that is a problem. And WWE needs to get to that, because Braun Strowman is way too good to be left without a storyline on Monday Night Raw. And WWE knows that. WWE knows that, and I safely trust that they will put him in a good storyline. But for now, let's move on here. Mickie James, she actually was on this show a lot. She was on this show a lot here today, and I don't mind that. Mickie James being put in a good manner, or being portrayed in a nice manner here, not by the women's division. They're talking shit, just like Alexa. Emma and Alicia are doing the same goddamn thing, but that is besides the point. Mickie James was walking backstage when she saw Alicia Fox laughing at what Mickie James said last week. Said nobody was really listening. Nobody was really listening. She then ran into Emma, who said that even at her age, Mickie still has a secret admirer. Mickie then went into her locker room to find a box of Depends, where she then went to Alexa's locker room, banged on the door, and wanted a match with her. But Nia Jax, who Alexa was hiding behind, offered that they fight, which Mickie accepted. I like that. I mean, it was unique a little bit. They showed a unique environment with the locker rooms and stuff. I like that. I like when WWE shows these unique environments. Usually, all we see on Raw is that backstage fucking room with the interviews, and then the typical general manager's office with the poster for whatever it may be, WrestleMania or WWE 2K18 in the background, and some television screen for WWE. It's just the same generic places that we see all the time on Monday Night Raw, and it's cool to see a different environment. That's cool. But besides that, this segment really, they're shitting on Mickie James. That's disrespectful if you ask me, how they're shitting on her age. Mickie James isn't even that old. How old is she? Like 35, 36? Mickie James is nowhere near old by any standard, but disrespectful, but it's getting the storyline done because Mickie James is actually looking good on Monday Night Raw. So, she hasn't been in the spotlight in so goddamn long, and they're finally putting spotlight on her. She looked fantastic last week. They continue to work on that this week. She had a shitty match with Nia Jax, but then again, Nia Jax be coming out one week like a superstar, being all athletic and shit. The next week she wants to be fucking like she's on molasses or some shit. I don't know, but let's move on here. We go to Bray Wyatt, who was on a chair. He was sitting on a chair backstage, or not backstage, in like this foggy, one of those Bray Wyatt environments. You already know what I'm talking about. You can envision it, but he was sitting on this chair, talking to himself, saying that she told him to use the bow and arrow. She told him to use his hands. She told him everything. And she never lies to him. She never lies to him. That's what he was saying. But, I mean, we'll talk about that. There was another segment with Balor and Wyatt later in the night. Elias Samson was on his game here today when it came to heel heat, bro. Oh my god, I was laughing my ass off. He says that Denver calls themselves the Mile High City since they're a mile above sea level. But he'd rather drown a mile below the ocean than be in this city. That was absolutely fucking hilarious. He then said that worst of all, he has to face that clown Titus O'Neil. That would be my exact reaction, bro. Elias, I just want to shake this guy's hand every time he goes out there. He sang his song. Titus O'Neil interrupted. Elias versus Titus O'Neil. This match was nothing. Elias picks up yet another one. He's on a big winning streak. Is this guy going to be rewarded anytime soon? Since the only title on Monday Night Raw right now is the Intercontinental Championship. The only title that Elias can compete for, really, is the Intercontinental Championship. I don't think so. Elias won this match hitting the drift away on Titus Worldwide, right? Like they do it on television, worldwide. Garbage. Mickie James versus Nia Jax. This match was as slow, methodical, and boring as a match could be, with Nia holding a bear hug for probably 50% of this matchup. It was boring as hell. People were falling asleep during this matchup. Crickets could be heard during this matchup. I don't know what it is with Nia Jax. One week she'll come out with Sasha Banks in the ring, and she'll put on the performance of a lifetime. The next week she'll come out and fucking be in this ring like she's never wrestled a day in her life. I don't understand it, bro. One week she's Eva Marie. The next week she's fucking Becky Lynch in that ring. I don't get it. I do not get it. One week she's Eva Marie. The next week she's Charlotte. I don't get it. Nia Jax. Really nothing to be seen in this match. But in the end, Mickie James was able to hit a tornado DDT on Nia Jax, which caused Alexa Bliss to come in and break it up, ending the match in DQ. After the match, Mickie hit Alexa with the super kick, overcoming the odds. Alright. So she was able to hang in there with Nia Jax, right? Alright. Enzo was interviewed about what happened last week on Raw, with Enzo having nothing to say for the first time in his career. It was actually nice hearing this guy shut his mouth, and he was playing it up like he was sad. Then, in the main event, because the Cruiserweights were in the main event for a second week in a row, do not ask me why, but he comes out like nothing ever happened. Then he's blabbing his mouth again. So why in this promo were you so reserved and quiet? Because, well, he didn't say anything. Why didn't you say anything here? But by main event time, you were ready to shit on the entire Cruiserweight division again. Makes no goddamn sense to me. But Mickie James was congratulated by Charlie Caruso on her victory tonight and her performance tonight, saying that she would love to represent Raw as the women's champion, Mickie James says. That's when Kurt Angle walks in, saying that at TLC, Mickie James will be rewarded and she will have a championship match against Alexa Bliss. So, there you go. Mickie James versus Alexa Bliss at tables, ladders, and chairs. How many weeks do they have to go? They have like 2-3 weeks to go until this matchup is officially, until this matchup goes underway at TLC. Hopefully they can keep the momentum on this feud, because so far I am enjoying this feud. What they did last week was fantastic. This week they're continuing to make Mickie James look good. So I am enjoying what they're doing. Hopefully they can keep it that way. Will they? Do I have faith in them to keep it that way? No. But hopefully they do make it and continue this rivalry off well. We go to Matt Hardy and Jason Jordan versus Gallows and Anderson. Matt Hardy, let's talk about him, still not broken here tonight, despite cutting his hair to pretty much the same haircut that he had last year in TNA as Broken Matt. And on top of that, he does not have Jeff Hardy by his side. So what is keeping Matt Hardy from being broken? Or awoken, or whatever the hell you want to do. At this point, just go for it. But holy shit, for some reason, they keep teaming these two together. Jason Jordan, despite the fact that Jason Jordan left SmackDown Live to, when he was part of a tag team with Chad Gable, he left SmackDown Live to be a singles competitor on Monday Night Raw, yet you're putting him right back in a tag team? You gotta be fucking kidding me. What sense does that make? It makes no sense. But Jason, he also got a new ring attire, getting rid of that god-awful singlet. Now he has, he's wearing something more resembling of the wrestling underwear that Kurt Angle used to wear, except it's green. It's a neon green. It hurts my eyes when I look at it. Neon green. Get this guy some new colors, bro. Get this guy some red, white, and blue, bro. Because that green is hurting my eyes. Not literally, but I mean, it's an exaggeration. But I mean, it's just not a good looking green, bro. It is not a good looking green. I mean, shit. How hard is it to get Jason Jordan some good looking ring attire, bro? This guy looks like a clown wearing neon green underwear. Gotta be kidding me. Got to be kidding me. It's better than the singlet, but then again, that neon green is not looking good. We go to this match. Let's talk about it. This match was boring, generic tag team garbage. But what was interesting is that at the end, Gallows and Anderson won. And they pinned Matt Hardy, which is leading me to believe that WWE is actually trying to go for that transition into the broken storyline. Because I hear a lot of podcasts and I hear a lot of people pitching that Matt Hardy is going to go on a string of losses. And that string of losses is going to be what drives this guy mad. And he is going to go broken. That is what I want to happen. That is probably what WWE is doing here. Matt Hardy taking an L here tonight on Monday Night Raw. Hopefully that is what they are going for. Because holy shit, Matt Hardy being plain old Matt Hardy, version 1, version 2, whatever the hell you want to call it, being plain old Matt Hardy is not going to fly on Monday Night Raw. That is not going to survive on Monday Night Raw. Nobody is going to be interested in seeing that. They aren't. It's just not going to get over. And hopefully they realize that. Because holy shit, this is already getting old. Roman Reigns was interviewed about what happened to Dean and Seth earlier in the night, with Roman saying that Sheamus and Cesaro needed to make a statement, since Rollins and Ambrose took their belts and knocked Cesaro's teeth into his brain. But he's not worried about them because they're big boys. When asked about his Intercontinental Championship match, he said that they will destroy everything in his path and make sure that he doesn't leave Denver without that Intercontinental Championship. There you go. There you go. Boring old promo by Roman Reigns. This was actually quite heartwarming. Dana Warrior was in the ring with the Raw Women's Division talking about the Susan G. Komen women who they are honoring all month, presenting pink women's championships to 3 breast cancer survivors. So that was heartwarming. That was nice. But we move on here to the Miz Taraj, who made the entrance from the bleachers. They made the entrance from the bleachers. And, I mean, that led us to Roman Reigns versus The Miz. Before this match even started, Roman Reigns took out the Miz Taraj, hitting them with Superman punches, throwing Dallas into the steel steps, and he grabs the steel chairs. Chair shots to the back. Brutal chair shots to the back by Roman Reigns. That eliminates the Miz Taraj from the equation. So, I'm sitting here like, alright, if you just took out the Miz Taraj, well, Roman Reigns is winning the Intercontinental Championship. Well, that was not the case here, because this match got underway. It was a typical Roman Reigns match. Drive-by, Samoan drop, clothesline in the corner, Superman punch, spear, right? Right, except there was never a spear hit because Sheamus and Cesaro, as Roman Reigns was about to hit the spear, Sheamus and Cesaro came in and assaulted Reigns, hitting him with the neutralizer, bro kick, passing him to The Miz for a skull-crushing finale. And after that, as they were about to leave, they turned back to the typical WWE turn back, like, oh, I'm not done here. I'm not done here, right? And they went for the triple power bomb because the crowd was chanting, we want Shield, or Shield, Shield, something like that. So they were saying, you want Shield? Alright, we'll give it to you. Triple power bomb delivered, and they did the Shield fist bump. So there you go. There you go. People are going to pop hard when Roman Reigns, Dean Ambrose, and Seth Rollins do reunite. Here tonight at the end of Monday Night Raw, we will talk about that. They were in the proximity of each other in a backstage segment. We will talk about that. But I mean, Sheamus and Cesaro, like I said at the beginning of the review, why are they attacking Roman Reigns? What agenda do they have against Roman Reigns? Nothing. Nothing. They are in no association to Roman Reigns whatsoever. So why are Sheamus and Cesaro going against Roman Reigns? I don't understand that. And I think that you can safely say that you don't understand that either. That makes no sense to me. But we move on here to something else that doesn't make sense, and it is this Finn Balor-Bray Wyatt feud. Why is it still going on? I don't know, but Finn Balor says he doesn't like to come out here and talk. He likes to come out here and fight, saying that Bray Wyatt likes to come out here and play mind games, having little kids come out here and sing. Balor says that the truth is he beat Bray at SummerSlam as the Demon, and he beat Bray at No Mercy as a man, face to face. So Bray needs to admit that he can't beat Finn Balor, and to be quite honest, he thinks of Bray as a coward. And he just goes on, says some generic garbage, Finn Balor, Balor Club, right? And he says, Bray, it's time to stop singing it, and it's time to start bringing it. Something like that, right? Some corny scripted line, right? Bray Wyatt then appears on the Titantron saying that she never lied to him. She never lied to him. But Balor did. Balor did lie to him, saying that Balor, he said some bullshit, right? I think he told Finn Balor to bring the Demon at TLC. Why? He beat you as the Demon. He beat you as the man. There's nothing left to see. Yet they continue this. Makes no sense to me. But one interesting thing that Bray did say was that Abigail is alive. And she's dying to meet Finn Balor. And you saw like this weird graphic, and it was like Bray Wyatt had paint on his face, and he had the hair over his head. It was weird. And then you heard the laugh of a woman. So maybe, just maybe, Sister Abigail is going to debut in the WWE. I mean, WWE seems to be going down that path since there really is no other path to go down with Bray Wyatt. I mean, really nobody cares. Nobody cares about Bray Wyatt at this point. Nobody cares about Bray Wyatt and Finn Balor in a feud at this point. So, I mean, this is what they're going to do to drive some interest into it, I guess. And if you do want to reveal a Sister Abigail, I think they're going to bring back Paige as Sister Abigail. That's really the only thing that makes sense. Paige, I mean, she's got the look. So I guess you can go there, but I don't know. I do not know. And to be quite honest with the way WWE has presented this feud, I cannot say that I care either. So, I mean, let's move on here. There you go. Sasha Banks and Bayley versus Emma and Alicia Fox. This match, another demonstration of WWE being lazy. Nobody cared. Nobody cared. Sasha Banks and Bayley versus Emma and Alicia Fox. Boring, lazy, generic as can be. And this match went on for a goddamn while, too. Shit, nobody cared. So, can you end it quick? But no. Emma, she didn't choose to tag in, leaving Fox to take a Bayley to belly and lose the matchup. Who cares? Not me, not you. Let's move on here. And we move on here to the main event segment, which was, for some reason, the Cruiserweights for the second week in a row. And Enzo Amore told the entire Cruiserweight division to go to hell. And told anyone who agrees with their sentiments to go to hell as well, saying that he put 205 Live on the map. That's crock shit. 205 Live still isn't on the fucking map, but whatever. Saying that last week, while he was being assaulted by the entire cruiserweight division, the crowd was chanting, "You deserve it," saying that he damn right deserves it, holding up the cruiserweight title. That's not what they were fucking talking about, Enzo, right? He says that if being successful is wrong, then he never wants to be right, because he is making money, more money than everyone in that cruiserweight division combined, saying that he got another clause, which states that whoever touches him won't just lose, well, everybody. They made emphasis that not just Neville lost his cruiserweight championship shot, everybody in the cruiserweight division, because after Raw, the rest of the cruiserweight division did beat the shit out of Enzo. So they're saying that everybody in the cruiserweight division cannot challenge for that cruiserweight championship. So clearly they got to find some loophole around that. But Enzo says whoever touches him will be fired. The entire cruiserweight division, they came out, surrounded the ring, surrounded Enzo, and he tried to bury everyone surrounding that ring. Tried to do his best impersonation of The Rock. The most notable one was when he talked to Drew Gulak. He was like, "Captain Underpants, at least you're wearing a suit, but be careful, you might not want to wear a suit. You'll end up like Corey Graves behind that announce desk." That was fucking a little bit of a fucking jab at Corey Graves, clearly, and it was reported because on Twitter, Corey Graves and Enzo Amore, they had a little Twitter feud right there. So Enzo Amore taking a jab at Corey Graves on television. Very unprofessional if you ask me, but Kurt Angle, he finally came out as Enzo was trying to bury everybody. He's like, TJ Perkins, might need to show some ID when you get in here because I don't want to assault a minor. I mean, really? Really? Kurt Angle, he finally comes out saying that not one of the cruiserweights can touch him, and nobody can challenge for the Cruiserweight Championship, but there's one man who is exempt from all of that, and it is the newest signing to the Cruiserweight division. I immediately got scared. I'm like, holy shit, they're gonna fucking cast somebody away, aren't they, bro? But thank God, it was Kalisto. I mean, it's nobody who should be in this fucking Cruiserweight division going against Enzo in the main event of Monday Night Raw. I mean, really? Really? This is the best you have for this Cruiserweight division. Why can't we be seeing Neville and fucking Cedric Alexander in the main event of Monday Night Raw for 20 minutes putting on a match of the year candidate? But no. Kalisto is the best you can give us. Kalisto versus Enzo Amore, it appears. Because nobody else can challenge for that Cruiserweight Championship as long as Enzo is the champion, right? So, not only is Kalisto the only person who can challenge for that Cruiserweight Championship, and not only is this a shitty-ass feud, that makes it predictable. Because Kalisto is going to win the title, and he's going to defend it. That's going to make it so everybody in the Cruiserweight division can once again challenge for that title, right? Right? Who cares? Salida Del Sol to Enzo Amore, and there you go. So you're telling me these past 2 weeks of segments, this burying of the Cruiserweight division by Enzo, or at least trying to bury this Cruiserweight division by Enzo, this was all the result of introducing Kalisto to the Cruiserweight division. You gotta be kidding me. That's the best you can do? God damn. But one more segment, and it was a short one because Roman Reigns was in the back, injured, when Dean Ambrose and Seth Rollins appeared by his side, and they all nodded their heads in agreement that action must be taken. So there you go. Not one word was spoken, but a big pop was heard by the crowd, and clearly the Shield is going to reunite in order to take out The Miz, possibly The Miz-Taraj in the build, and Sheamus and Cesaro. So there you go. That is Monday Night Raw for you, ladies and gentlemen. Had to give this show a rating. You give it 1 point for... I don't even know what to give it a point for, to be honest. 1 point for Braun Strowman and Seth Rollins. That was a decent matchup. probably 1.5, something like that, right? 1 point for that. You got 1 point for, Tom Phillips was on commentary here tonight, not Michael Cole. That felt fresh. So you give 1 point for that. That's 2 points. You give 1 point for Mickie James and her presentation here tonight on Monday Night Raw, because it's fantastic that they are giving Mickie James a spotlight on this show. And 1 point for, or 0.5 for Elias. 0.5 for Elias. So there you go. 3.5 to a 4 for this Monday Night Raw. That is the rating I am going to give it. Not a good edition of Raw. Very mediocre, very boring, very generic, and WWE really needs to step up their game. There's a lot of garbage that we do not know, and it's really affecting the quality of the show, and I don't like it. I do not like it, and I'm sure you do not like it either. But for now, ladies and gentlemen, this is going to be your Monday Night Raw review. Like I said at the beginning of the review, make sure to go check out all the other content on the Ringside Wrestling YouTube channel. So much other content to go check out. Like you're watching right now, Raw reviews, Smackdown reviews, pay-per-view reviews, the Behind the Mic each and every single Saturday. Usually went up on Sunday this past week, where we cover all the biggest news in the WWE, coverage of things like the Mae Young Classic, NXT TakeOver reviews, preview and predictions to pay-per-views and NXT TakeOvers. We live tweet on the Twitter. And, of course, we do, or coming up, WWE 2K18 content. So if you do not want to miss any of that, if you want to know exactly when all that content is going up, make sure to subscribe to the Ringside Wrestling YouTube channel. And make sure to click on that notification bell. Comment what you thought of Monday Night Raw here tonight. And if you enjoyed what you heard here on this Raw review, make sure to leave a like on this video. Because for now, this has been Joel Perez of Ringside Wrestling Entertainment, and for now, I will see you later. I'll see you actually tomorrow for your Smackdown Live review. For now, I am out of here. Thank you very, very much for watching this video.